I'm going to go over the long, sometimes questionable questions of the Dyson Airwrap heads. We get all these wonderful attachments with these, and sometimes it's like, what do I do with all these great attachments? We pay lots of money for that Dyson. It's a wonderful thing to have. You get to make cute curls in your hair and do all kinds of cute bubbly things with them. But what do you do with which one? I'm here to share with you today so that when you get yours, you'll know what to do with them. All right, we're going to start right off with the fact that it comes with a really nice little case. And this is the main wand. And so here's our wand. And the different things on the wand is this is the button that you release when you want to change your attachment. You'll push this up and it will release that. This button here, depending on how high you want that airflow to go and the heat to go is the other one. This is our coolant. So once you get that curl in there and you hold it and you're ready to take it out, you give it a quick dash of cool air and then it releases your curl out. So that's the important button on this side. The other one on this side is to change your attachments. Okay, so we're not actually going to turn it on today so that you can hear me speak. One of the things that your Dyson Airwrap will come with is this little itty bitty brush. You can see it has little bristles in it. It literally looks kind of like a hairbrush. And these are to help dust out the debris from here. And it just slides on. And then you take it and you kind of just brush it around here and you'll see all these little goopy little pieces of hair. I just cleaned mine out a little bit ago. Trust me, you didn't want to see what it actually looked like. So you just take this and you just kind of swoop it around on the bottom, and that gives that a good airflow clean out so that stuff doesn't get stuck in there and doesn't work as well. So you'll want to make sure that every once in a while you give that a good little clean. Now, I don't keep mine on here. What I do is I just drop it around and have it be held on one of the little holders here. Okay, so we have two kinds of airbrushes. You can see one is a longer bristle, one's a shorter bristle. The one with the longer bristle actually is a little bit firmer than the shorter one will be. And this is if you want to dry your hair long and straight and bring it through, and it helps with getting rid of those little flyaways and so forth. And you just comb through this in your hair to give it a straighter look without all those frizzies. You can also see that it does move so that it gives it a little bit more of an angle of blowing air on either which way you go. The shorter bristled, also denoted by the little colored beads on the end, is for more of a straightening of the finer, more delicate hair. So that would be for the smaller here. Now, this attachment is the one that sometimes we all go, okay, I don't know what that's for, so I'm just not going to use it. Fancy, it comes with it, but what is it for? This actually is when you finish it all up, you put this on, and depending on which way you want to go, you or which way you're angling, you twist it to need to be how much it got coming out here. And this is to just take along and go up on top, and it helps smooth out all of those little flyaways that you get up top. So then you just take this on your hair and you would just brush it straight, or not actually brush it, just kind of move it straight up and down. And then that gets away the little flyaways. Now, mind you, when you use these attachments, especially like these and these, you want to, when you're drying your, or when you're starting to curl your hair, you don't want it all the way dry. You want it like 50% dry, because this will keep drying your hair when you're styling it. So you're drying it and styling it at the same time and saving you time so that you don't have to do both. You don't have to dry your hair and style and then curl your hair and style. It takes care of everything all together. All right, so this, the thinner device, do you see how it tapers in? If you want more defined little curls that are smaller, this is the wand you would like to use. And remember, you can use different attachments during the same hairstyle. And I have done that myself today. Now, depending on what side you're wanting your curl to go is the way that you change your airflow. And you do that by just changing this little toggle up here, which is so much easier than some of those older models that didn't have this nice little thing and you had to figure out which way you were going. But now it's easy. You just clip that to the direction you're going and you're ready to go. So tight curls is the smaller wand. More medium curls that are still bouncy would be more kind of in through here. These are kind of with these, this would be with this one. And if you want the great big curls, you guessed it, you use the great big styling wand, and you can see how much in diameter that is. And once again, just like the other two, you have your airflow changing up here. And this is the one that you make the great big curls. The great big curls with is this one. And then obviously I have some curl in this way and some curl in that way, but that gives us that big, the big volumed loose curl is the big one. Then my first one I usually use, or second one I usually use, depending on what I'm doing with my hair that day, I will use the bristle. And this just gives it a nice dry, and then I just curl it around at the same time. This is your large round volumizing brush. And it's an easy one because it's the hairbrush. So this will go deeper into your hair and give you more of a volume lifting, drying device. So this will help you dry it more along with giving it some curl at the same time. But you don't want to dry it all the way unless that's what you want to end with. If you want to do curls, then you dry a little bit and then you change it to your curl. So it shapes as it dries, giving it bigger volume. I did not use that one today. Today I used this first, and then I used the other attachments. Takes very little time. You're thinking, oh my goodness, you've used all those different, and sometimes I can use one to kind of get them all depending on how I'm able to get the effect. But those are the attachments that you can use on your Dyson Airwrap. And of course, this is what the case itself looks like. And you can see there is a little area for each one to stay in. So you just stack it back in its space, or however it fits for you. And there you go.